What up, y'all? It's PBJ. Back at it again with another video. Y'all haven't seen the beanie in a long time, I know. It's been a minute since I pulled the beanie and the gloves out, but it's cold, like for real. So, had to get warm, stay nice and comfortable on my bike ride. But there's one thing that I want to touch on for this video. And, you know, I gotta cross the street. But there was a time when I wouldn't want to bike anymore sometimes because it would get boring. The thing that I would do the most to be able to relax my mind and clear my mind and have clarity, I would go on a bike ride, right? And there was a time where I just felt it was boring. I'd go on the bike ride, nothing would happen, and I'd be like, oh, you know, like that was pretty boring. And I'd go home, and I'd just be even more bored. I was insisting on something to happen to make it interesting, rather than just enjoying the fun of biking. It is really cold. I have my glove, I have my recording hand. The glove is off so I can record. But you gotta enjoy the fun of what you're doing with no insistence on the outcome. Like I've told y'all before, making these YouTube videos is always hard. There's a lot of eyes on me all the time. But in spite of that, you gotta persevere. No matter what anybody says about you, no matter what anybody thinks about you, you're the only one that can define your character. So have some fun with it. Don't take life so serious. Enjoy it. And if you do have something like me where like biking helps you relax your mind and you go on a bike ride and you feel bored, try to enjoy the fun of biking. Think about, or try to enjoy what you're doing and think about what makes it fun in the first place. Because once you start thinking about what makes it fun and why you even do it in the first place, you can remind yourself. Maybe it'll start being fun again.
So, for those of you that haven't seen my bike before, this is him, her. A lot of people I know refer to their vehicles and such as hers, but I think this bike's more of a him because you could say it's more of a masculine looking bike. It's very big, very tall. There's like reference, it's a big bike and that seat's real high. I like it because, you know, I'm 6'1.5", almost 6'2", so it's easy for me to sit on it, you know, get comfortable.
So yeah, that's what my bike looks like. But one thing I used to do is I used to just sit here at the park and just enjoy. I used to just take in the view, and I would sit here for many hours at a time, and I would just simply enjoy the peace of it. I come back here now because it's been a while, and it's always nice to clear your head, especially when you're real exhausted. You know, I just had a big arm wrestling practice. My arms are still super inflamed, went real hard. Didn't injure anything though, so that's super nice. I must say, not having injuries all the time is great. Having some patience and, you know, not training 24/7, great plan. Make sure you rest when you need it. If you're under training though, like most of the people are, well, what you gotta do then is you gotta train harder. But obviously still take rest all the time, as always, but whenever you need it, of course. But I used to just sit here, taking the birds. They'd be chirping a lot too. And a lot of people would pass by. You know, a lot of them give me funny looks. It's like they don't see people that just enjoy sitting at the bench anymore. It's kind of sad actually, but I enjoy sitting on benches and just watching the birds and taking in the trees and admiring how beautiful all this is. I get the most clarity when, you know, I'm outside, able to sit down, take in nature. It just feels very, very peaceful, away from all the chaos and all the other things that may be a distraction to you and your purpose and your goals. So, my wisdom for today, as I'm always trying to get some wisdom. Whatever you like to do, if you feel that at even a little bit it's become monotonous and boring, remember the fun of what you did. Ask yourself, why did I do this in the first place? Why did I even bother to... Oh, here's a squirrel. It's like hopping around with a nut in its mouth, I think. But ask yourself, why did I do this in the first place? Why do I enjoy it? Once you find the answer to that again, you'll remember why you enjoyed it in the first place, and you'll do it more for the enjoyment, and you won't be comparing it to other things. That's one thing that's huge, is comparison is the thief of joy. So don't ever, sit there and compare and worry. It'll take all the fun out of what you do, I promise you. Now, if you have big goals, big ambitions, I'm not saying to lessen those ambitions, but keep it fun. Make sure you're still enjoying it, even that climb to the top, because it can become very toxic once you climb to the top, because you don't do it for enjoyment anymore, you do it for score. And that's when a lot of the enjoyment out of things is taken away. And one thought that I had to share with you all of my wonderful fans, all my wonderful subscribers, is an important message. I've seen this happen time and time again, and it just fills my soul with joy. It really does. You don't know all the people that are out there that are supporting you. Most of the time, it's the people that you don't even know are supporting you that can really help you when you're down. Whether it's friends, whether it's family, anybody. People you don't even know that really like you and really admire you, they're watching you, and they're looking out for you. And you may not know it right now, you might feel all alone, but I'm telling you, there are people out there that got your back, that are in the shadows. And when you need them, they'll be there. Trust me, I've been in the dumps before, man. I've had nobody there for me, or it felt like that, really. And then people that I didn't even know helped me. Do y'all remember my OG, you gotta be an OG subscriber to remember this. So all the new subscribers, I appreciate y'all, but an OG from last year, 2021, I made a video called I'm Lonely. And I described the struggle of having no friends to hang out with, having to do everything by myself whenever I go out, having to enjoy life by myself. No friends, no girlfriend, nothing like that. And the overwhelming amount of people that commented, letting me know either they're in the same situation, they feel the same way, that they support me. It was like 30 comments of people just supporting me and coming together, and people were making friends in the comments, and it was the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. When people work together, you can do anything. But just know, if you really feel down like that, there are people out there that they can change your whole world. One of the things that I love about this path in particular is the amount of trees and the amount of nature that's around it, and because the path is nice and straight, so when you're trying to bike through it, if people are walking, my mouth is starting to feel frozen because it's so cold, but if people are walking, there's enough room for the both of y'all, because this path is Might not look as big, you know, on the camera, but in person, like, there's enough room for everybody on this path, and I like it. Nobody's, you know, disturbing anybody, and it's just a nice time that you can have. But excuse me, it's cold, so that's why I can only record a segment like here and there, because I got to take my glove off so I can press the record button. And oh me, oh my, it is cold. But you know, it just gives me more resistance to work with. So keep grinding. So what up? Back home, pretty cold outside. I think I had a pretty good bike ride though, because I haven't went on one in a long time because it's been super cold. But I decided I'm gonna put the beanie and the gloves on and, you know, have a good time. I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts too. And yeah, I mean, all in all, pretty good bike ride. I was able to sit at the bench too for a little bit, so that was pretty nice. And beyond that, I noticed that there's like a huge like trend on like TikTok and stuff, and like they call it like villain arc or something like that. Like a lot of people, like when they go to the gym and stuff like that, they use anger and such to basically be able to, you know, lift, you know, a lot of weight, be able to get through their workouts and all this other stuff. Well, in my opinion, at least, you're not always going to be angry when you need your strength. You're not always going to have, you know, the craziest adrenaline rush, you know, when you need your strength. So in my opinion, you should be able to go to the gym just calm and be able to train, as well as being able to use, you know, your anger to your advantage as well. Because if you're not able to do that, then when you are calm, it's like you're just weak and like defeated. You know what I'm saying? I always train calm. Like every single time that I train, it's rare where I train and like I'm actually like angry or something like that. So that's just my tip. Like if you want to, you know, be able to be calm and still have all of your strength and be able to use it in the way that you want to, then I recommend doing that, you know. But I think that's about it for this video. I enjoyed my bike ride. I remember last year I made a bunch of riding videos and people enjoyed it and I enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm probably gonna make some more of those now. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I hope this video was able to touch your heart. Hope it was inspirational in some way. And yeah, that's about it. So like, comment, subscribe. Those 2 words I say at the end of every single video. Stay jacked. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.